A stunning leak, being called worse than what Edward Snowden did and handed over to Wikileaks. Now exposing spy games within the CIA aimed at the American people, perhaps in some cases. Intel hacking capacity targeting iPhones, Androids, smart TVs, even the one once you've turned them off. This is on the heels of the president's explosive claims of being wiretapped by President Obama's White House. But our next guest says these allegations just prove the former president's true agenda. Here to explain, Washington Times columnist, Fox News contributor Charlie Hurt. Charlie, how does yesterday's sad revelations for our country's security play into what Donald Trump tweeted out as president on Saturday?
Well, I think that it reveals what a lot of people have known for some time, and that is that our ability, the government's ability to spy on everybody at all times is sort of out of control and unchecked, which is why historically we've had very strict rules about how we go about doing this sort of thing in order to protect people's civil liberties and to keep spying. And in fact, that's why we have the entire Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act in the first place, the FISA court, the secret court that is set up, that according to a report, and this is what the president referenced, according to a report for a couple of months ago, granted permission to President Obama's Justice Department to actually spy on Trump Tower. This is, forget all of the allegations about Russian collusion between the Trump campaign and the rest. Let's just, even though they've never produced a scintilla of evidence that happened, let's just argue, just for the sake of argument, let's just say that this was legitimate. Even if it's legitimate, this is an extraordinary thing, Brian, that happened. You have a sitting president, his Department of Justice, spying on a political opponent in the middle of a presidential campaign. That is a huge, huge deal. And again, maybe it all turns out to be perfectly justified and something nefarious was going on. But even if that's the case, this is an extraordinary, extraordinary thing that has happened. You know,
if Angela Merkel could, we almost have an international furor because of Angela Merkel says, America, you've been spying on me. We know Benjamin Netanyahu, the transcripts were being read by President Obama. You just wonder where this is going, and does the FBI really want to pursue it?
Yeah, no, and one of the things that I find most disheartening about it is the big argument that the former president's defenders uses is, well, the president would never do something like that. There are rules in place, all that kind of thing. Well, this is President Obama was somebody who politicized every aspect of the federal government. He turned the IRS, or allowed the IRS, to turn into a political weapon to go after political enemies. It's a whole new, it's a brave new world today, and it's terrifying, and you can't, this is why we have to have these these things in place to keep these people under check.
I kind of like the fact that the CIA is resourceful for our own security.
Absolutely.
You just also wonder how much we're hurt now that everybody knows it. Thanks so much.
You bet, Brian.